Even though I personally would never go in a building that's been burned because of how dangerous it is, the fact that there are people in this place tells me that they don't seem to care about the dangers of being here. Yeah, I don't really get it. Well, anyway, while we're on the subject of things that burn, I might as well mention that there's a Celebrate Battle event going on in Scarlet and Violet, and this time it features the return of the 7-star Blaziken. It previously appeared in January of 2024, but now it's back starting from February 26th until March 5th. So its ability is Speed Boost, its Terra type is Flying, its nature is Adamant, and knows the moves Blaze Kick, Brave Bird, Earthquake, and Low Kick. And its additional moves Overheat, Rock Slide, Sword Stance, and Bulk Up. So, when I last spoke about it in my Renegade Platinum Let's Play, I said something about using Pokemon like Wash Rotom or Thundurus. But I never mentioned what moves I would give to those two. Well, never mind those two because I found a Pokemon that can actually dominate that Blaziken, and that Pokemon is Belly Bolt. So my Belly Bolt's nature was Modest, its ability was Electromorphosis, its held item was the Big Roots, and I gave the moves Parabolic Charge, Acid Spray, Chilling Water, and Reflect. So what you want to do is use Chilling Water up to 3 times, then use Acid Spray up to 3 times, then use Reflect, then put it back up when it expires, Terastallize, then use Parabolic Charge until Blaziken resets its stats, then use Chilling Water and Acid Spray up to 3 times, and finally, spam Parabolic Charge until Blaziken goes down. Yeah, I will admit, using a Belly Bolt against a Blaziken with Earthquake is kind of risky, but hopefully you have to Reflect up, and hopefully Earthquake won't do so much damage. As for Electromorphosis, well, every time... Oh, hold on a second. I'm practicing my fire breathing in the burnt tower. Why though? Isn't this place burned enough already? Well, anyway, every time you get hit, Electromorphosis activates, which means Parabolic Charge will do a lot more damage. And not only that, but, yeah, thanks to the Big Roots, Parabolic Charge will give me a lot more HP back. So yeah, I guess, Belly Bolt is the Pokemon to use against that 7-star Blaziken. So yeah, that fire breather just said that he's practicing his fire breathing in the burnt tower. And my question is, why? I mean, I don't think this is really a safe place for you to be doing that. I mean, this place is already burned up enough. Why do you want to burn it up even more? Yeah, I really don't get it. Now, back in Crystal, I briefly mentioned it last video. The story of the Brass Tower catching on fire and the legendary beasts that were in there died, but were brought back to life by Ho-Oh. I mentioned in Crystal, but I'll mention it again. There's something about that story that's bothering me. The fact that Entei and Suicune died in that fire. Once again, Entei is a fire type, and you mean to tell me that a fire type died in a fire? How's that possible? And for Suicune, it can easily extinguish the flames with its water moves. So it's kind of hard to wrap my head around the whole concept of Entei and Suicune in particular dying in a fire. I mean, yeah, sure, fire resists fire, but still, that doesn't mean Entei could die in a fire. I mean, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yes, I know, because, yeah, I saw something about how, it was, a lightning strike that, burned the tower. Okay, I believe there's a hidden item right over here. Also, that story I was reading last video, well, I looked back at my Crystal Let's Play, and yeah, it looks like the story from there is the same as from what I saw last video. So yeah, it looks like I kind of got it mixed up. Alright, here we go. We just awakened the beasts. Raikou and Entei leave. But Suicune is going to stay for a few seconds, then it'll run off. And there's a pretty good reason for that. And here's Yusin, who's going to tell me why that reason is in just a few seconds. You've been chasing Suicune for almost 10 years. Why? Kind of pointless, don't you think? Okay, he's going to tell me that it's clear to me that Suicune took notice of my presence. And yeah, that's because Suicune apparently sees something in me. Recognize my talents. Yeah, that's the reason why Suicune stopped for a few seconds. Well, I can't say the same thing about Yusin since I guess his battling skills are kind of average compared to mine. Anyway, see all those strength boulders there? Well, I don't have the HM for strength, so I'm going to have to come back here later once I actually get the strength HM. For now, I'm just going to grab one hidden item that's in here, and I'll just scat it here. Well, hopefully I remember to come back here later since, yeah, occasionally I tend to forget about this place whenever I get the HM for strength. Oh yeah, before I do that, I want to show you something real quick. Now that Raikou and Entei are on the loose, you can actually track them down using the town map function. Okay, as you can see, Raikou is on Route 31, and Entei is on Route 36. Yeah, it's pretty convenient, because back in Crystal, you would have to randomly run into them once in order to track them down using your Pokedex. Well, if I want to, I can go after them right now, but I don't have access to Dust Balls right now, so I'll catch those two later. Magby. I will admit, Magmortar was a Pokemon I was considering to use, but one problem. The Magmarizer, I'm not going to get it until I reach the Ice Path, and at that point, well, I don't think I'm going to have a whole lot of time to use Magmortar, since, after I beat the Elite Four, I'm going to bench Magmortar, so that way I could use Ho-Oh. Well, anyway, if I chose to capture Magby right now, then, I might have trouble doing so, because apparently it has a pretty low catch rate. Yeah, I'm not really sure why Magby, of all things, has a catch rate of 45, I believe it is. I mean, it's a baby Pokemon, so yeah, it's kind of questionable that way. So yeah, if you want to track down Raikou and Entei, you could do so using the town map function on the Pokegear, which is very convenient. I mean, back in Crystal, I had no idea that you could actually find Raikou and Entei after you wake them up at the burnt tower. So yeah, I guess it's a pretty nice upgrade. Okay, hit an antidote right there, and now my business here is done, so I'm free to get here. Okay, now that the beasts are on the loose, Morty is no longer here, he's back at the gym, so that's where I'm going next. So yeah, hopefully I remember to come back here later once I get the HM for strength, because yeah, as I said, I tend to forget about this place since, yeah, I'm not really sure why. Oh yeah, I should point out that, this place looked a lot different in Gold and Silver, and then it looked a lot different in Crystal, and now it looks a lot different here as well. I will admit, in Gold and Silver, I didn't realize that it looked different that way since, I never once played Gold and Silver. Wow, the encounter rate is pretty high here, don't you think? You would think I'd be able to run to a shiny Pokemon, but the chance of that happening is very minimal. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm not really sure if the shiny encounter rate has been modified in this game. Probably not, otherwise I probably would have found a shiny by now. Well, whatever. So yeah, I took a look at how this place looks in Gold and Silver, and yeah, I had no idea that it looked different from how it looked in Crystal. Oh, this guy. If you tried going into the gym earlier, this guy would say, Morty is not here right now, he's over at the burnt tower, and he would push you out. Okay, he's telling me about the events of how the tower burned, and the Pokemon, or rather the legendary Pokemon that were inside there, died. And then Ho-Oh brought them back to life. Yeah, Ho-Oh has the power to do that. Oh yeah, I think he's slightly a little bit off from where he's supposed to be at, since, yeah, that's Shadow Claw GM I picked up last video. Yeah, I guess this guy is positioned in a way so that way you can actually get it. In the original Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I think he was moved slightly closer to the Burn Tower. Oh, hold on. Let me just show you how to ignore phone calls. Yeah, you could do it like that, or maybe you could access one of your menu options. Yeah, I don't think Juggler Irwin had anything interesting to say, so yeah, that's why I ignored his phone call. Alright, here we are, the Aquatique City Gym. Now, as for the gym puzzle, it's slightly different from how it was in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Back then, the pathway was invisible, but it followed the underling's line of sight. But here, you can see the pathway, however, every time you defeat an underling, the lights go out in that area, so hopefully you remember the pathway before fighting a trainer. Also, if you step off the pathway, you go back to start. But at least the lights will come back on. Now, as for what these people use, well, yeah, I guess they use a variety of ghost-type Pokemon such as Ghastly, as well as Duskull, and probably some other ghost types I can't really think of at the moment. So yeah, I don't think this puzzle is really all that hard, unless, of course, you walk off the pathway accidentally and you end up back at the beginning. Yeah, I have a feeling that's going to happen to me quite a few times. Well, anyway, while I'm finding these trainers, I might as well talk about something interesting, and I think you know what that something is. So as of February 27th, it gives me great pleasure to announce that we are officially on the road to Pokemon Generation 10. So we got Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves. I think I've seen those titles prior to February 27th, but I didn't want to say anything because, well, you can't always believe everything you see on the internet. Looks like the names of the new Pokemon games are now official. Anyway, the games come out next year, so we're going to be waiting a while. Well, if we have to wait that long, then odds are we're probably in for a lot of surprises. Maybe the new game mechanic or something, or maybe something else entirely different. Okay, as you can see, the lights went out, so now I have to figure out where I'm supposed to go, and if I fall off the platform, then I have to go back to start. Okay, I think this is it. Alright, good. Now I will admit, I kind of modified the dismay emulator so that way it's the gym puzzle is the way it's supposed to be, because if not, then well, I can easily see where the pathway is, and yeah, I don't want to do that because yeah, I think that might be a little bit too easy for me. So yeah, that's why I kind of modified the pathway a little bit. Sucker Punch, well, since Haunter's physical attack stat is not very good, yeah, I'm not really scared of Sucker Punch all that much. Although, there is one move I should be scared of, and that's Shadow Sneak. I'm pretty sure a lot of these Pokemon have that move, so yeah, I gotta watch out so that way, hopefully I won't take too much damage from Shadow Sneak. Yeah, I think a few Pokemon in particular have that move, such as, yeah, I think Sableye has that move, so yeah, hopefully it doesn't hit me with that. Well, actually, I'm not really sure if, oh, Detect, really? Okay, that's gonna be really annoying. Also, I'm kind of running low on, Shadow Ball power points, yeah, maybe I could have gone back to the Pokemon Center to heal, but yeah, I thought maybe I would have enough Shadow Ball power points to sweep through this gym. Okay, well, Shadow Sneak didn't really hurt me all that much. That's good. I'm not really sure if Sableye received any stat modifications in this game since, yeah, it kind of sucks. Okay, I'm just going to conserve my Detect again, really. Okay, as I was about to say, I'm going to conserve my Shadow Ball power points, so that way I'll use it when I absolutely have to use it. Okay, well, at least Shadow Sneak isn't really hurting all that much. I mean, the only way it can hurt a lot is if I were to... No, is if the opponent were to get a critical hit. And I really hope that doesn't happen, since, yeah, Mischievous can only take super effective ghost-type attacks for so long. Well, it all depends on what the Pokemon is. Okay, let me just pay attention to where the pathway is. Oh, hold on a second. Alright, there we go. Okay, so far, so good. So yeah, Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves. You know, now that I think about it, do the names of the games come from zodiac signs? Since, yeah, when I'm thinking of winds and waves, I'm thinking of certain zodiac signs. Well, I'm not an expert on things like that, so yeah, I don't really look into that stuff all that much. I mean, waves, I'm thinking of zodiac signs like Scorpio or something, and for winds, I'm thinking of zodiac signs like Aquarius. So yeah, I'm not really sure if Game Freak got the idea from zodiac signs. If not, then I guess it's just absolutely random. Okay, what else does this person have? Hopefully I don't have to use Shadow Ball. Okay, looks like I am going to use Shadow Ball after all. Okay, I think I have 2 power points for Shadow Ball left. As for this person's last Pokemon, I believe she has a Frostlass. Yeah, Frostlass at this point in the game. Well, I guess it is possible because you saw me get a Dust Stone when I won the bug catching contest. So yeah, I guess it's possible to have a Frostlass at this point in the game. Well, for Frostlass, I guess I'll go with Machamp, even though I'm not really sure if this is a good idea, since I'm not really sure what moves this Frostlass knows. And for all I know, maybe it could possibly maybe annoy me with certain moves. I'm not really sure what it has. Astonish, well, okay, I don't think that's going to hurt me all that much, since it's a pretty weak move. Well, given my level advantage, I thought I was going to go first, but I guess Frostlass is really that fast. Okay, but just one more trainer in here, although I'm not really sure if I have enough time to fight that person, since looking at the amount of time I have, yeah, I guess I have to save that person for next video. Okay, hopefully I could make it to the other trainer. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Hopefully I have enough time to fight that last underling. Okay, I believe the only Pokemon this person has is a Drifblim, so yeah, hopefully I could defeat that trainer before time is up. Well, easier said than done, since, yeah, Drifblim has a lot of HP, so yeah, it could be pretty close. Well, even though, yeah, Shadow Ball is stat power on Mischievous, yeah, I don't think Drifblim's gonna survive this. And it does not, that's good. Okay, since Drifblim has a lot of HP, I guess I'm gonna get quite a bit of HP back thanks to the Shell Bell. Well, not a whole lot, but okay. Better that than nothing. Okay, I guess the... Oh, Paris Song? Well, I don't need that move since, yeah, I'm not really want to use this move all that much. Okay, that's it for today. So next time, we're gonna fight the gym leader, Morty. See you next time.